26 degrees Celsius, somewhere in the 70s. Wind, though, may be a little bit of a factor.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad right now, but it does pick up here. It seems to come across the pond and come across the hall behind us, so it can change left to right, right to left, and I've also seen some head-on. So whether it's super windy or not, a changing wind is also difficult to deal with.
Now in compound team events, 3 archers per team, each shooting 50 meters and each shooting twice during the 4 ends. That's a total of 6 arrows per end, 24 altogether for the match. And when the smoke clears, the team with the most points is your winner. We will begin this morning with the women's team bronze medal match, and this is Team Italy, 6th after qualifying, coming out to take on the team from Colombia. Italy reaching this bronze medal match with a 4-point win over Mexico in the quarterfinals, and then suffering a lopsided loss to Team USA in the semifinals. As they line up at the shooting line, we'll introduce you to the 3 ladies shooting for Italy this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, depending where in the world you might happen to be watching here on World Archery TV. So representing Italy here today, Laura Longo on your left, Anastasio in the middle, and of course on the right, Marcella Tonioli, one of the most colorful archers in the business. Italy taking on the team from Colombia. Colombia coming out of qualifying, seeded 4th. And Colombia reaching this bronze medal match by edging India by 2 in the quarterfinals, then losing to Russia by 3 in the semifinals. That was an interesting match. Colombia had the lead early on. Russia had to come from behind to win it. Shooting today for Team Colombia. 3 terrific archers, 2 of whom are going to the World Cup finals in Lausanne. There's one of them, Alejandra Usquiano. Maya Marcen in the middle, and on the right, Sarah Lopez shooting for Colombia. So Colombia, Italy squaring off here in the women's bronze medal match. Now at stage 1 in Shanghai, it was Korea defeating Mexico for the bronze medal. At Medellin, Mexico defeated Italy. And then at stage 3, almost 2 months ago in Antalya, it was India with Trisha Deb, Lily Shanu, and Purvasha Shende coming away with the bronze medal. So all set to go here on a beautiful morning in Poland. On target number 1, Colombia shooting first. And it appears as though Maya Marcen will lead off. Maya, ranked 60th in the world, was 15th back in 2011.
She does have that interesting shooting style under the chin anchor point because of her damaged right eye. So people see that and kind of wonder what's going on there.
Sarah Lopez shooting 2nd for Colombia and shooting well.
Solid X.
So a 9 and a 10 to start off for Colombia. And here is Alejandra Usquiano, who captured her first World Cup medal in Turkey, a team gold medal back in 2013. Looks like it's right on the line.
Yep, should be a 9.
First 3 shots in the book for Team Colombia. Now Italy leading off with Anastasia Anastasio, ranked 14th in the world, starts off with a 10. That'll bring up Laura Longo, who finished 5th at the World Cup finals in Istanbul back in 2011.
I believe she was also 2nd at European Championships individually last week too. So she's kind of coming off some hot shooting. Didn't help her there though.
Out in the suburbs,
yep,
with a 7.
First arrow when you get from the practice range onto the actual range is always an important one because you want to make a good shot, know if you need to move your sight a little bit up or down, test the wind compared to what it was.
First shot for Marcella Tonioli is a 9. So a 2-point lead early on for Colombia midway through this first end. Just underway here in Wroclaw, Poland. Carl ARKY along with Steve Anderson. And another one in the 10 ring. First 10 of the day for Maya Marcen, who will be joining us a little bit later on during our coverage. Sarah Lopez. Yeah, just a little left. And Usquiano to finish off the end for Colombia. Will they have 57 points? Yes, they will.
It's a good start for Colombia, and they'll for sure carry the lead into the second end. So, like I was saying, the practice field is orientated the other way. This is, I believe we're shooting east to west here, west to east, and the practice field's south to north. So they've got to come and deal with the changing wind, and the sun will also play a factor on your scope and how you see through your peep. So they have to make some adjustments when they get onto this range, and you got to hope that your first arrow hits where you want it to.
Okay, nuovo basso alle 4. Tempo.
And Marcella with an 8. So at best, Italy could have been down by 1. Instead, they fall a little bit further behind. So Colombia with 57 out of a possible score of 60 on their first 6 shots of the match. And off to a nice start.
Yep, kind of tough for Italy. I mean, you don't want to give, Colombia is the reigning world team champion, so it's hard to want to give them a big lead like that early. 1 point might doom you, but 4 is pretty tough.
57, 53, 53 points posted by the team from Italy as we get underway here in Wroclaw on a Saturday morning. Stage 4, final stage, leading up to the World Cup finals next month in Lausanne, Switzerland. And a bit of a hole for Italy to climb out of right now. As they retrieve those arrows, let's talk a little bit about the draw. You were mentioning it a little while ago, Steve. There was an interesting article on World Archery's website this week about the anchor and the aim at full draw. You see guys with their hands at their chin, at the jaw line, below the ear, that type of thing. The string will go across the nose, right on the nose, that type of thing. Just personal preference?
Yeah, I mean, there's, you'll see it kind of regionally, too. I see some of the Russian archers don't touch their nose to the string. Albina doesn't do that. I don't know if they kind of mimicked her. Here in the States, you get a lot, well, in the States, not here, but in the States, you get a lot of different stuff. You get some guys who have a, small arm bend. You get some guys who straight arm it. Form and technique just kind of varies. Obviously, for Maya, hers is a different situation and kind of, obviously a necessity for her to do it that way. You won't see many others, I don't think, but yeah, it's preference at the end of the day. Whatever you can do repeatedly and whatever is comfortable to you is the best thing to do.
Anastasia Anastasio. Anastasia on the team that won the team gold medal here in Wrocław last year. But her
shot seemed to break a little quick for her there.
We'll see what Laura Longa can come up with, and she comes up with a 10. And that leads us to Marcella Tonioli, ranked number 2 in the world just a year ago.
Really strong team shooter as well. Has always been good with that. Her and Sergio Pagni had a great year last year shooting mixed team. So she's not uncomfortable in the team round at all.
No, they were dominant last year in mixed team.
Yes.
Now here's Maya Marcen. Originally from Slovenia, emigrated to Colombia, become a big asset for that team, that nation. Starts off with a solid 10, leads up to Sarah Lopez, one of the best in the world, only 18 years old. And a lock for Lozon. And you can see why after that shot.
Yeah, Colombia is comfortable out there, and they're shooting solid 10s.
As we peer through the grass here in Poland, Alejandro Usquiano. Let's fly another 10. So Colombia forges ahead by 2 midway through this second end. They had a 4-point lead after the first end. Building upon that now, up by 6 points. Anastasio with a 10.
She goes. She got it in there now after that 8 to start.
Brings up Laura Longo again, who's about to turn 26 and about to score a 9. Little disappointed, you could tell, with that shot. And now Tonioli, who finished 5th at the World Championships in Belek. And another 9 for Italy. So Italy falling even further off the pace right now.
Yeah, I think that's just too big of a hole to dig out of. But you know, they have to hope for something catastrophic to happen to Colombia.
Marcen solid with a 9. And here is Lopez, who we'll see later on this afternoon. Another 9. And with that lead, they can afford to shoot 9s.
Yeah,
they can be a little bit more relaxed.
Yep, 9s aren't going to kill them right now. I mean, they can't shoot 9 out, but they aren't going to be the death of them.
So a 10 to finish off the second end for Colombia. That 10 coming from Alejandro Usquiano, who had quite a year last year. As we said, captured her first World Cup medal in Turkey. Then won the gold medal in Medellin at home, defeating Erica Jones. Went on to win a team silver medal and the gold medal individually at the World Cup final in Paris. And then captured a team gold medal in Belek on the beach in Turkey last fall in October. So a great year for Alejandra Usquiano as she broke out, as well as Sarah Lopez. Those two really coming on the scene last year.
Yeah, they were. The whole Colombian Archery Federation seemed to make a big jump last year, and it's been good for archery. I think they bring a new energy to it, and obviously new blood is always exciting. So it's good to see. Yeah, Alejandra shot great last year. I mean, what a year for her to walk away, especially with the World Cup final gold. You know, that's a pretty impressive feat.
And I think it's important for the sport, Steve, to grow the sport in South America.
Definitely, and we're kind of seeing that too with the recurve side. Brazil has had a big jump this year too, and that's really good to see. And I believe there's a Brazilian recurver shooting tomorrow for one of the medals. So
Dalmeida.
Yep, yeah, he's had a good year. And anytime you're moving archery throughout the world, you know, it's going to help. The more talent we have, the more fun it is to watch. The more the sport will grow.
And the lead has grown here from 4 points up to 6 points now, as it's 115 to 109 in favor of Colombia. Colombia coming in, qualifying higher. Number 4 coming out of qualifications. Italy number 6 coming out of qualifications. And Colombia jumping out to that 4-point lead, 57-53 after the first end, and now increasing that lead to 6 at the midway point of this match. The opening match of the day here in Wroclaw, Poland. Brought to you by Kia, Fila, Sport Toto, Turkish Airlines, Longines, Hoyt, and Easton Arrows. Anastasio. Little high and out to the left.
Yeah, her shots are breaking really quick. I'm not sure if she has her release set really light or if she's getting a little punchy on it, but you know, sometimes when you got a lot of adrenaline go through you and you get on the barrel of a thumb trigger, you can get through it too quick, and she just might not have the aim there.
Laura Longo a little bit closer to the center of that target with a 9, but right now Italy desperately needing to shoot 10s from here on out to try to fight their way back into this match.
Yeah, I mean, 8s and 9s, they have to have all 10s for the most part. It's at least to put some pressure on Colombia.
So the Italians pretty much all over the map on those 3 shots. Up high and to the left, up high and to the right, down low. 3, well, an 8 and 2 9s. Opening the door even more from Maya Marcen and the team from Colombia. So Maya continues her solid shooting. Maya last year picking up a team silver medal at Medellin and a gold medal in Antalya. Sarah Lopez loves Antalya. That's where she really had her coming out party a year ago, winning the gold medal there. And there's another 10 for Ms. Lopez. And anchoring the team, Alejandra Usquiano, who is rarely out of the top 10 in any of the events that she has competed in. Solid 9 and 2 more points.
Yeah, I think that one actually ended up catching 10, so yeah, they're going to pick up one there. 9-point lead.
Steve Anderson along with yours truly, Carl ARKY, here in Poland on a Saturday morning for the opening match of the day, women's team bronze medal competition. The world record, by the way, in this event, 236 points put up by Team USA. That was in Ogden, Utah, back on August 4th of 2011. Tonioli doing her best to try to keep her team in this match.
It looks to me like the breeze has shifted. Now it's coming more
Great shot.
Quartering right to left, but she put that one in. Excuse me, quartering left to right at the archers. Sometimes those quartering winds are really hard to deal with because they don't give you a constant push on the bow. I'd almost rather shoot straight left to right and have it constant, but a quartering wind you'll feel the wind, it'll kill it. It'll feel the wind, it'll kill it. And it gets really difficult to aim at that point.
In dealing with the wind, how much does it come down to experience?
I think in dealing with the wind, it comes down to strength and ability to execute. Experience obviously helps. I mean, if you've shot in a lot of wind, you're going to be a good wind shooter. But I personally think lesser shooters can compete better in the wind because, you know, it kind of brings everyone down. Whereas if it's dead calm, that's where you see true talent really play out. But
so the wind is an equalizer.
I feel that way. Yeah, I mean, I've seen archers compete with the best in the world in nasty conditions, and then when it gets dead calm, it kind of separates them. You know, that's where you see you go from never missing to how many can you hit to how many can you not miss, which is the name of the game in compound. Don't miss.
Right now, Colombia really separating from Italy after this third end, increasing their lead even more with outstanding shooting over those final few arrows of that third end. And they pick up 59 out of a possible score of 60 in that end. Italy with only 53 points, so they give up 6 more points to Team Colombia. Colombia now leading by a dozen, 174 to 162.
It's at the point now where they can have something catastrophic happen to them and they still will hold the lead. They could have a miss or a broken knock or something that causes a 0, but they're still not going to be out of it.
So Colombia with the luxury of a 12-point lead right now. Italy will be shooting first, down by a dozen. Tonioli, Longo, and Anastasio. They came off a lopsided loss to Team USA in the semifinals and struggling here in this opening match of the day on Compound Saturday in Poland. Good look at the targets, 50 meters away. And a lot can happen in those 50 meters when that arrow's in flight.
It can, yep. And on a day like today, you know, you don't have to think a whole lot about wind drift. It's more or less aiming it, the wind affecting your aim, but you're not going to have a whole lot of wind drift with a compound at 50 meters.
So Anastasio will shoot first for Italy as we get set for the fourth and final end. Anastasio, the winner of a team gold medal here in Wroclaw last year. In 2012, a team bronze medal at stage 1 in Shanghai and a team silver medal in Antalya. A total of 5 World Cup medals on her resume. But she may go home empty-handed today if this score holds up. That's a 9 on the line, just bites that line.
Sinistro alle 10.
Laura Longo. Who finished 5th at the World Cup Finals in Istanbul in 2011. Was also on that team that picked up a gold medal here in Poland last year. And here is Tonioli, who went head-to-head with Albina Laganova about 2 years ago and beat her for the gold medal in 2012 in Shanghai. But 3 9s.
3 9s. Yeah, Italy's going to be disappointed with this. They're a lot better than what they've shown us today, but you know they'll live to shoot another day. And I'm sure we'll see them again.
Maya Marcen keeping the pressure on, building on that lead for Colombia. Sarah Lopez hoping to do the same. Lets it fly, and that's another 10.
Fuerte, Aleja. Vamos,
Holding
fuerte.
pretty consistent to us on the left side of the X there.
Alejandra Usquiano has been dialed in as well this morning.
Okay.
Usquiano
Muy bien,
with
muy
a
bien.
9.
Falta una serie. Listo.
So with those 3 shots just there, Steve, another 2 points have been picked up.
Yeah, 14-point lead. That's sizable.
Academic from this point on. And you could see the disappointment on the face of Anastasia Anastasio. Laura Longo focusing in. Locking in on that target, 50 meters away, but can't get it in the 10 ring. And Marcella will finish it out.
Yeah, they called one of those a 9 on the board, but sure looked like it had 10 ring from the screen.
And an 8 to finish it off for Italy.
Fuerte.
So Maya Marcen, Sarah Lopez, Alejandra Usquiano. Just have to be solid, and Maya's more than solid with that shot.
Right on top of her first one.
Once again, Maya Marcen will join us in just a little while for the men's competition in the team matches this morning. Another 10, Sarah Lopez, warming up for her match this afternoon.
Yeah, it's important for her. She gets to get out here and get some experience on the field and get a little bit more comfortable. Anytime you can do that, you have the upper hand.
Alejandra Usquiano finishing off in grand style, polishing off that bronze medal that goes to Team Colombia. A commanding performance by Maya Marcen, Sarah Lopez, and Alejandra Usquiano as they accept congratulations from their Italian counterparts, Laura Longo, Anastasia Anastasio, and Marcella Tonioli. Handshakes all around. And Colombia right out of the gates with an overpowering performance here in the women's team bronze medal match at stage 4 of the World Cup Tour, winning overwhelmingly by the final score unofficially of 233 to 215. Well, you never know what to expect, Steve. I didn't expect it to be that lopsided of a match.
No, if I had to pick a winner beforehand, I would have picked Colombia just based off the fact that they are the reigning world champions. They have 3 really good, really strong shooters. But yeah, I wouldn't have picked 18 points. I would have thought maybe 5.
But an 18-point victory it is for Colombia. So this season, it was Korea winning the bronze medal in Shanghai, Mexico winning in Medellin, India in Antalya, and now Colombia here in Wroclaw, Poland. So 4 different nations at the 4 different stages, each taking home the women's team.